Welcome. Are you looking for Skype therapists to work with? There are now many therapists that offer online psychotherapy using Skype or other video conferencing platforms. It's becoming increasingly popular. One of the reasons for this is, of course, convenience. It's so much more convenient for you, the client, to be able to organize a Skype therapy session from home without having to travel to the therapist's office. And if you're living in a rural area or living abroad, then there may not be therapists available in your local area. And so the idea of being able to talk to a therapist online over Skype is very attractive indeed. So when you're considering which Skype therapist to work with, you should make sure that you can correspond with them first of all, and get a sense of whether the particular therapist that you are interested in is able to help you with your specific problems, that you feel like you have an understanding and some kind of relationship in which they care for your welfare. You want to find someone who's going to work with you on a personal level during these Skype therapy sessions. There are now an increasing number of Skype therapists to choose from, but not all are necessarily going to offer you the service that you need. So please make sure that you talk with them first of all, perhaps set up a trial session like I offer, so you can get to know the therapist and determine for yourself whether this feels right for you. Well, the other thing too, when you're thinking about working with a Skype therapist, is to have them explain in more detail the style of therapy that they offer online. Some forms of psychotherapy work extremely well over Skype, such as cognitive behavioral therapy or CBT, and mindfulness therapy, which is what I teach online. These particular styles of therapy are really based very much on helping teach you practical tools to manage emotional reactivity and to manage cognitive reactivity as well. So those work extremely well and can be taught online just as well as they can in the office. But other forms of psychotherapy don't work so well online, and they require much more of a personal relationship, such as psychoanalysis or some form of body-centered therapy. Of course, would not work well over Skype. So find the kind of therapy that works for you. The style of psychotherapy that I offer online is called mindfulness therapy, and this really is a way of working with the underlying cause of anxiety and depression. It's quite different than conventional talk therapy. We're not just going to be talking about your emotional well-being and how to change things. Rather, we're going to look at the underlying structure of your emotions, how they work. If you want to produce real change, you have to change that underlying structure, the underlying process that creates the anxiety or depression. And no amount of talking about it is going to make very much difference. You have to actually look at how it works. So in mindfulness therapy, that's exactly what we do. During the Skype therapy sessions, I will guide you in how to explore the structure of your anxiety or depression or other emotion. I'm particularly looking at the imagery of that emotion. Imagery is a very, very important factor in the structure of emotions. It's how you see things in the mind internally at the psychological level that determines the strength and the power of the emotion. If the imagery is, for example, large and above you, then you are likely to feel overwhelmed by that emotion. Literally, that's why we say the word feeling overwhelmed, or feeling that things are getting on top of me, because we actually see the emotions like that in the mind. So when you start to explore the structure of your emotions, when you start to look at this imagery, then you begin to open up a whole opportunity for changing that structure. And when you change the emotional imagery, you will change the emotion itself. So that's one part of mindfulness therapy, investigating the image structure of your emotions. Now, as I said, talking about your emotions is just not the same as actually looking at them to find this imagery. So that's one kind of approach that we use. So if you're interested in Skype therapy and you'd like to talk to a therapist online, do please go to my website. The link is below, and contact me. And then we can schedule a Skype therapy session. Working with Skype therapists is a wonderful opportunity, a different way of managing your emotional well-being. And it works extremely well. So please go to my website and contact me. Thank you.